Aloha, my friend. I got this by request. This one is Death Cab for Cutie. I will follow you into the dark. Make sure we're in tune. Here's a high G. Here is a C. An E. And an A. Alright, we're in tune. So the chords for this is going to be a D minor. We have our first finger here on the first fret on the E string. Second finger goes on the A down here, just like you would play an F major, but then we're going to throw our third finger down here right below that second finger on the thickest string, the C string, to make the D note. C, C sharp, D. When we play that, we get a very distinctively melancholy tone. So our D minor, and then if we lift that one finger, we get our F major, okay? Then we're gonna be going to a B flat major. Now the interesting thing about this is, if you already know how to play an A major, which kind of looks like the F major, but it looks like this, the reason why I teach how to do teeter-totters is so you can take this shape and scoot it up a half step and lay your first finger down to bar. That will give you a B flat major. However, if you're already playing the D minor, you remove your finger for the F. An easy thing to do for that chord is to actually just lay your finger right here and then lay your whole finger down and then bring one finger on, giving you the same chord you would have had if you were to just scoot that A major up. Now the A major is important in the song, and we'll get to that in just a second. D minor to an F, and then a B flat by barring flat notes, one finger right there. Second note is on the second fret on the C string to make a D note. And then our third finger is going to be making this note, which is the exact same note as this. As you remember, when we played an A minor, this low A, or the A note, is the same as the open string. They're in unison. So the first fret will be third, first, third, second, fourth, so on and so forth, all unison notes. So D minor, F major, B flat major, and then when we have the B flat major, we're going to be going back to the F. We're going to be playing then a C, which is pretty standard, the first chord everyone learns, C right here. But the reason why I have the C being played with the pinky this time, rather than our traditional third finger, due to Spidey's, is because we're going to be adding the G note right below it. Now you can play the C like this and then double bar if you want. Either way, it's going to have this feeling. The rhythm for this is going to have a simple D minor, F major, B flat major, F. You could have just the quarter notes. Quarter, 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 quarter. For me, I'm just gonna do a little bit more swinging calypso type of beat. Rest, up, down, down, rest, up, down, up. Notice how my right hand keeps swinging. Down, down, rest, up, down, up. And when that's sped up, you get the whole verse. When we use those, it goes through the rhythm of the chorus of the song here would have the verse, the melody would have a love of mine, someday you will die, but I'll be close behind. I'll follow you into the dark, binding lights, tunnels of gates of white, just our hands clasped so tight, waiting for it to spark. here's where the chorus comes in. D minor, heaven and hell decide. Remove that third finger for the F. Decide, B flat major, that the both are saddest, F fine. When we have the F here, and then we have the C and the E, you quite literally can do a pinch on both of those notes and then come right back to that D minor. Illuminate the nose on the vacancy signs. What I'm doing there is, it doesn't say it in the tablature, but what it does need is that dominant 7th chord. So if we have a C major 7, and then a C dominant 7 or a C7, it acts as a moving tone or lending tone. Watch how it functions without it and watch how it functions with. Illuminate the nose on the vacancy sign. There's no one beside you and your soul embarks. So with that movement, that C7 really moves the tone. Hear it again. Illuminate the nose on the non-vacancy signs. Really drives it home. D minor. There's no one beside you in your A major. Your soul embarks. So that whole feeling is going to be a D minor to an F, B flat major to an F, pinch the C and E strings together, and then we're going to come right down to that D minor for illuminate, F for the nose, C, C7. There's no one beside you when your A major soul embarks, D minor. But then B flat major, and what happens is when you have any major triad, and you have a 1, 3, 5, and you flatten the third, the immediate, you get a minor. So here we have a B flat major, and just because I'm going to point out, this note right here happens to be the immediate. So when we drop it down a half step, we would have the first 3 notes here, the A string, E string, and C string barred, and then we're going to skip a finger, skip a fret, and play our third finger on the high G string at the 3rd fret, giving you... This movement between major and minor only happens in so many songs, but you will notice that when artists like Collier, the Beatles, Death Cab for Cutie uses it, it gives a very distinctive tone. I'll just go ahead and play through this and get the next one. Does that a couple times. It goes through a verse, chorus, and eventually it gets through that point where it does that and then instead of keeping on with the rhythm, kind of holds that out for a little minute. So when it has that, I think you and me seeing everything the same because they'll get there soon, blackest rooms of heaven and hell's. I think in the blackest rooms is where it does it. I only listened to the song once, but it has in blackest room. We'll hold each other soon. That actually would be considered a bridge. So what happens is the form of this tune is having those F major to a D minor to a B flat major back to an F is pretty much all of the verse. The chorus is going to be a D minor to an F major to that B flat major, then back to the F. So it's a reversaroo, if you will. The only alteration to the rhythm, besides just that boom, ba-dum, ba-da-ba, boom, ba-dum, ba-da-ba, boom, ba-dum, ba-da-ba, boom, is that actual boom, ba-dum, ba-da-ba, boom, ba-dum. I just called it a bridge because it breaks the rhythm and the timing of everything else that came in the song beforehand. Otherwise, this song is a rock solid song, great writing, love the way it sounds. If you have any questions about it, put in the comments and I will get back to you. Other than that, rock on. Aloha. Example. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A minor, 2 and 3 and 4 and F major, 2 and 3 and 4 and F major, 2 and 3 and 4 and C major. Now notice how I played the C major on the one and I'm already switched to my A minor, but I'm keeping my hand going. So I'm able to play that A minor right on the one. And then the F right on the one right here. Now I'm going to play the F twice because this is a simple progression that plays a 1, C major is my 1, the A minor is a minor 6th, and then the F is a perfect 4th. So this progression would would be a 1-6-4-4 progression. If I were to speed this up and do that same thing, I would have C, A minor, F major, F major, C major, A minor, F major, F major. So as you can see, what we're doing is we're taking the C major that you know is a chord, we're taking the A minor that you know is a chord, and the F major. By having the A minor go in an F major, you're probably not going to be playing your A minor with your first finger on the second fret anymore. And because the spider exercises work in conjunction, that finger will actually feel really good. So your teeter-totters are consistent of whole notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the concept is to move on the beat right after you attack. So 1 and then switch. Okay? Once you have your BPM set, you can start the practice of trying to get that rhythm going. So with the C major, we'd have a downstroke, and then I would keep the hand going with an up and down motion. If I counted it out, I would have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And by doing this, you're actually exhibiting that you could play a whole note, which is 4 beats. 1 beat, 2 beats, 3 beats, 4 beats. 1 beat, so on and so forth. And then the next challenge is playing on the 1 and the 3, which is a half note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and, because it's half the amount that the whole notes are. And then when I play on every downstroke, these become quarter notes. So the whole notes have 4 beats, but you only play on the 1. Half notes have 4 beats, but you only play on the 1 and the 3. And the quarter notes have 4 beats, but you play on the 1, 2, 3, and then the 4, all the beats. Here's where the interesting part of using the back of your hand with the fingernails and then an upstroke, these become 8th notes because I have a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So like a down, up, using the back of the fingernails on this hand and the fingernail on the thumb. Looks like this kind of. See? Kind of works out that way where you go down, down, up, down. Kind of like a natural gait to do that, but you can just keep it straight if you want. Depends on how your fingers get a little malleable and like form into your strings. So when we have that, what I like you to do this week is just to use that whole note playing on the 1 and switch between your C major, second finger on the 2nd fret on the high G string makes an A minor. And then when we put our first finger down while keeping that A there on the 1st fret on the E string, we get a F note. So when we play this, try and go through this. C major, A minor, and F major. So I apologize for the patchiness of the video. I had students coming in and out, and I want to make sure I got your lesson plan to you today. So going over the spider exercises, make sure we're in the middle of the fret and you keep your fingers on there while moving it. Try not to use your thumb on your strumming hand and just use your first finger to go through these movements. When you get to the top, go all the way back to the beginning. If you can get through it at this pace and this speed, you're doing great. Keep with this week, try on the spider exercises, and make sure you did the aforementioned C major, A minor, and then the F major. Go through those maybe 10, 15, 20 times, and by next week, we're going to add on a couple more chords and go from there. It's wonderful seeing you. Aloha.